Doc Rivers has known this now for a lot of years.
Run it back, Philly. No frauds, no fanboys, no intros.
Now, look, I got a question for you. First of all, are you satisfied with this win, or are you frustrated that the 76ers blew yet another third quarter lead? That's my first question for you. I will say this, and you know me, I get all kinds of irate and pissed off when they blow leads. But Seth Curry was kind of going ham on us. And yeah, I think we were doing the same thing defensively that we do all the time with these live ball guides. To quote the greatest coach of all time, Brett Brown. We have trouble with them, man. You know, Seth Curry gets hot, calls a ball screen, he's wide open. Kyrie Irving gets hot, he calls a ball screen, he's wide open. There's not really creative plays you have to do against this 76ers defense. You just call a ball screen and you're wide open because we just sit back on ball screens. You know, and is it the strategy? Is it that Joel Embiid drops back in coverage? Is it that we don't have the athleticism or the length to switch everything like a lot of NBA teams do, or most NBA teams do? So it's interesting. But Seth Curry went off. I guess I'm finding it difficult for me to be upset because I like Seth Curry that much. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe I'm just like, Seth Curry went off. Yeah, he dropped 32. You know, it is what it is. I'm not worried about it. But we did blow a lead, and you know, I was saying, let's put this game away. Let's go up by 20, 25. Let's put this game away. This Nets team without Kevin Durant has no business being in here. And somebody in the chat said, it's not close. We're up by 15 points. And I said, come on, man. You watched a 76ers game before. You think 15 points is enough to feel comfortable? You think a 15-point lead is enough to feel comfortable? Now, they got 30 from Kyrie Irving and 32 off the bench from Seth Curry. Obviously, that's a season high for Seth Curry. Yeah, he was hot. He was feeling himself, man. He was that third quarter run was all Seth Curry, and he was really just coming down the floor and chucking, just coming around the ball screen and chucking, and I mean, even step back threes from the top. I mean, he was doing everything. You know, he was feeling like his brother, really. And then he had one from the right side that was a real heat check. That was like a dribble step back through the legs, and he airballed it. So the basketball gods did, you know, remind Seth Curry that you're not Steph Curry. You are still just Seth Curry. So let's, you know, chill the fuck out. Take it easy. You probably shouldn't do step back fadeaways out of bounds and things. I'm just bullshitting. But you know, Seth airballed that one, and that was kind of the end of his hot streak. But that third quarter, he was the best version of Seth Curry, and he was the best version of he was the best version of a Curry. The third quarter run was a combination of two things. It was Seth Curry going off. It was our lack of adjusting defensively for Seth Curry, right? We're just simple ball screen. We're not stepping up. We're not hedging the screen. We're not doing anything. We're just letting Seth Curry shoot wide open shots. And it was also the Montrezl Harrell defense on Ben Simmons at the second half of the third quarter, last couple of minutes, right? Last 5-6 minutes of the third quarter. So Ben Simmons comes out after halftime. It has some level of aggression, and he was attacking Montrezl Harrell, and it's to me because Ben had no confidence in this game at all until he plowed into Montrezl Harrell in the lane and realized how easy of a layup it is for him to do that. And then he came down the floor again, did it again. Little pump fake right-handed hook shot. He got one of those over Joel in the beginning of the third quarter. But once the third quarter was Ben versus Trez, I feel like he attacked him 2 or 3 different times in a row. And I mean, Seth Curry drove to the rim twice, I counted, and basically an easy layup over Montrezl Harrell. I don't hate Montrezl Harrell. I love Montrezl Harrell. But Montrezl Harrell is a horrendous interior defender. He's a horrendous interior defender. And Doc Rivers has known this now for a lot of years. Doc Rivers lost a playoff series against the Denver Nuggets in 2020 after being up 3-1. Montrezl Harrell was a minus 37 in the series. Ivica Zubac was a plus 20-something. It was obvious to everybody who they should have been playing against Nikola Jokic. Doc Rivers refused to do it because he liked his guy better. So I'm just letting you guys know. You've witnessed it several times now this season. You're going to witness it a lot more times, and you're going to see it in the playoffs. Doc Rivers loves Montrezl Harrell. Montrezl Harrell can't even guard Seth Curry at the rim. And Doc Rivers just keeps him out there. There was no adjustment. There was no, maybe I should put in a rim defender, maybe someone who could block a shot, maybe someone who could get a rebound. Paul Reed. There was no adjustment. Doc Rivers leaving Montrezl Harrell on an island has killed him for years and is going to kill him again. We just watched it in this game. We're going to see it a lot more times, and we're going to see it in the playoffs. I'm just saying, prepare for it. Prepare for it. I like Montrezl Harrell. I like the effort that he gives. But you just can't leave him out there as the sole rim protector when players are attacking the rim. And a player like Ben Simmons, who had no confidence in this game at all, got confidence because you left Montrezl Harrell in the paint on an island. So you actually accomplished the unthinkable. You gave Ben Simmons confidence. That's how bad your defensive strategy was at the end of the third quarter. If I got to be totally honest with you guys, this is the type of stuff that's going to kill you in the playoffs. This should be blatantly obvious to anybody, especially a Doc Rivers Montrezl Harrell matchup that lost him a playoff series and ultimately got him fired in LA. You're watching him do the same thing with the same player in a different city. I do think these people say a win is a win, at least you got the win, whatever. I don't really feel that way because I think the things that you're witnessing within the game, those decisions in the third quarter, those runs that another team goes on, those 5-minute field goal droughts you go on, those are things that lose playoff series. They got a dub, but this is the Nets without Kevin Durant. Now, I'm not saying they should blow out every team and every game should be a 25-point victory. Teams go on runs. Teams have off nights. We did get a kind of off night from Joel Embiid. He struggled with Nick Claxton. We got an off night from James Harden. He struggled with the zone defense. We'll have to see if that changes in the playoffs, I guess a win is a win. I guess it's good that they won this game, but I wasn't completely thrilled, with how it went down.
Run it back, Philly. No frauds, no fanboys, no intros.